Hello, this is Tim Law with Planet Forward Coaching, always encouraging your self-reliance. If you'll develop a marketable skill, chase that skill with a solid work ethic, always go the extra mile, develop some people and communication skills, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish in this country. A big thank you to almost 570 people that have subscribed to this channel, Planet Forward Coaching. Very much appreciated. If you haven't done so already, please do so. It's very much appreciated. I have a very awesome guest with me today, a guy I've known for, 25 years, I think, Skip, something like that. And welcome, Skip Lehmann. And tell us about CPR Now, which I know is your business, your passion, and everything along those lines.
Thank you, Tim, very much. It's been about 30 years, Tim. You may remember.
It's about right.
We started CPR 25 years ago as a company to be able to train people to save lives. We are American Red Cross instructors, have been for more than 30 years. And the program really works around the fact we want to teach people to use their hands to save lives by performing CPR and using an automated external defibrillator and also providing the necessary first aid. Our company teaches to the standards of the American Red Cross and also American Heart Association. Our company's mission, as we say, is to train people to save lives. And we always have a motto: today you can save a life. So the company started with that idea and we began part-time, and now it's become my mission to continue to do it over the past 25 years. One other thing about our company is the fact that we're well known in the area, particularly of life-saving skills, because we also do teach the life-saving skills for lifeguards, etc. And that's where we started.
Skip, just for our audience here, you just had a cat that went behind you. I just saw its tail. So yeah,
he likes to get up.
Yeah,
when I'm in my office. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just figured, I just saw it go by. Is that a cat? Then it came out the other side. Yep, that's a cat. All good, all good. Yeah. And who are some of your customers and clients?
Well, many of our clients are clients at hospitals, schools, churches, private companies, corporations, etc. And they're not just in York, but also Pennsylvania, also other areas like in Connecticut, Florida. We have a number of clients. And we also provide AEDs to medical institutions such as WellSpan, UPMC, a number of other private hospitals and private residential assisted living facilities as well.
Sure. Well, and I know, being involved with coaching, us coaches are required to, get our, Red Cross training and CPR training pretty much annually or every other year, that type of thing. Do you work a lot with different schools and coaches as well, Skip?
Oh, yes. I get requested by several school districts to go in and teach classes to their sports safety training group. That is the young people that are going to be going to sports training. There's a thing called safety training for coaches. That is a course that we also offer, and those coaches are required to take it if they're coaching any kind of sport, particularly here in Pennsylvania and also in the state of Connecticut, and I believe in Florida as well. It's because coaches do have problems in sports, and they need to know how to address those problems and take care of them.
Sure. Well, and wouldn't you say that a good part of your business, Skip, it has to do with, pretty much prevention, right from the beginning, right?
It is prevention, but it's also taking action. If someone down in a cardiac arrest, or someone would have an injury to a leg or arm or something of that sort, we want to be able to be the first. That's why our company is called CPR Now, the first response team. So when an individual or a group of people take a class from us, they become part of our CPR Now family and our CPR Now first response team. And that seems to resonate with everybody that remembers us, because they know that once they learn it, we're going to make sure they don't forget it.
Right. Yeah, very important. And as I said before, the idea that repetition is kind of the mother of learning. We have to do things, on a repetitious basis, frequently just to try to review things. It's just so very, very important. Skip, about the as far as how do you feel as far as in this investment in people's safety?
Yeah, you brought that up. I'm glad you did. We say this: that an investment in safety can not only be a great thing for the people, whether it's employees or whether it's people, it's teachers in schools, ministers in churches, etc., but also for businesses, because businesses today, so many of them have people that, as we find, as they are getting involved in business, there's situations that occur where they might need to perform CPR or use an AED or do first aid with them, but also the fact that there's an ability that they learn, and that is a discipline when performing those skills, and it becomes part of their lifestyle. And that's what we want companies to do and individuals to do. Also, a happy place, a real productive place, is a place where everybody knows they're safe. And I'll give you a quick example. We just performed a big training program for Caterpillar Logistics, which is the big warehousing group that send those tractors everywhere. And I talked to the gentleman there and asked him why he did it. And he said, because our employees know that they're safe. They know that the people around them will take care of them. And that's sounds like a crazy thing, but it works, Tim. I have a passion. People need to know what to do. And let me give you one other gimmick, Tim, before we're talking about that investment. One of the gimmicks that we came up with, it's kind of neat. If I were to walk up to you and give you a little round candy in a cellophane wrapper that looked like a tire, you would tell me that is a what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure. It's a lifesaver.
I hand that to people that's how I open a conversation. I'll say, what is that? And they say a lifesaver. I said, are you a lifesaver? What do you mean? Do you know CPR? Do you know first aid? And it begins a conversation where you can talk about it. And it works. And Lifesavers, a company has told us, we're going to keep working with you on it. So
Sure.
It does help.
Absolutely. And a question I have, Skip, and it may be something that people would be wondering about. How does it apply as far as, the Good Samaritan law? Where could you give us a little insight on that? Because I know I'm preaching to the choir with you on that one.
Oh, Good Samaritan law says this: if you perform on a client, victim, or patient, that's how we refer to them. The skills that you are only trained to do, there's no no one's going to come. There's going to be no liability.
Right.
If I were to a tracheotomy on someone that was choking, and I'm not certified to do that, which I am not, I could be sued. So
Right.
the Good Samaritan, as long as you perform on a person what you're trained to do, and or do not receive compensation for it, there's no worry about any kind of liability whatsoever.
Yeah, that's certainly good, and that's certainly something, we've got a very litigious society, and the idea that people should not be afraid to develop some of these skills, knowing the Good Samaritan law is out there to protect them. So that's certainly a good thing. Yeah.
And Tim, surprised how people are, even people who are trained sometimes with CPR, first aid, AED, they're a little reluctant to start. And the new thing that we have now, anybody that is trained has an ethical obligation to do something rather than nothing. And I hope that comes to your audience, because we tell people, when you leave our class, you now have a pair of hands God gave you, and you better use them if you need to. And it's very important.
Sure. Well, Skip, this has been super. What do you have any last second thoughts here before we conclude? And can you hang for a bit after we're done?
Sure, I can hang. Yeah, I do have to say one thing, Tim. Remember this, and tell your audience, I'd like to tell you, an investment in safety can not only be a great thing for that individual who does take that safety course, but for all those people around them, because it gives a person in business the opportunity to be able to not only show them that they care about them as a person, but they can help someday maybe save their life. And it's very important. We want people to know that.
Sure. Well, this has been great, Skip. Please hang for a bit, and I'll catch you on the other side here.
I'll hang with the cat.
Yeah.